We have with us here the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development in Lagos State, Mr. Oluyinka Olumide. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.
This whole, beg your pardon, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, what's this whole, planning permit amnesty program about?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, Lagosians. I'm very happy to be here today again. Remember the last time I was here, the aftermath of the Trade Fair Complex saga, where we went there, still on the same reason, developments in Lagos State without planning permit approval. Now, this is an opportunity again given by our dear Governor, Dr. Olusola Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Governor of Lagos State, giving us this opportunity once again that we call the amnesty period for Lagosians to get their building plan permits. We've recognized the fact that there has been a lot of buildings done without due course of the law, which means without planning permit approval. And that's why this amnesty program is coming up from 1st of November to 31st of December this month, whereby existing completed building under habitation, people can now come forth and get their building planning permit approval without any penalty. That's the whole essence. Without any penalty. Is not for new building coming up, and it's also not for building under construction. It's exclusively for completed building under habitation.
Right. So what do they, have to do within that? What about, there's some buildings that are in existence that are already, people are already living in them, but they probably don't meet, the standards anyway, but the people live there anyway. And with this amnesty, are you saying that they will still get, their certification or whatever it is that the government is going to give to them without any inspection to see if it does meet the state government standards?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. The amnesty period covers only buildings that are able to meet the statutory standard. All the necessary parameters governing planning permit approval will be assessed. It's not to compromise legality, no. The building must meet all the required requirements for the granting of planning permit approval.
Just to be clear, tell us the list of approvals that must be obtained before construction commences, and particularly in this amnesty program, tell us the list of approvals or, regularization that people need to do.
Now, if you have a building that has been completed, maybe for one reason or the other, approval could not be gotten as at the time of commencement of that development, now is the opportunity to come. And what are the requirements? You get your consultants to produce your drawings for you, the architectural drawing, and the, in this case, the building is already existing. So you will also get an engineer who will give letter of indemnity on it. And the building also will have to undergo non-destructive test. That is for building above ground floor. You need to do structural integrity test to ascertain that the building is structurally okay. Then you also need what we call a looper that the town planner will produce for you, as well as the planning reports that will be produced by the town planners. And of course, the land title document for the land must also be produced, as well as the survey. So these are the basic requirements. And again, you also have to show your evidence of tax compliance.
I was waiting for that. I would have been very surprised if it was not included. I was waiting for that.
I mean, you will agree with me that with the level of infrastructural developments you have in Lagos State, So, I mean, and these are coming up basically because of people's readiness and their compliance with their tax status. So it's very important for us in the state. Just last week, the governor presented the budget at the House of Assembly, and you are aware of what we are committing ourselves to. And for that to be successful, a lot of effort has to go in terms of internally generated revenue.
Okay.
So the tax issue is very, very important.
But then another thing that I think people have found cumbersome is having to go from one place, one office to the other to get these reports. And I think sometimes that's even where they have problems. That's where some, they have to make some compromises to some officials of government and all of that. So is that process still on, or is there a central system where they can just go to?
For planning permit approval, you only need to interface with the district office, which is in all the local government and LCD areas of Lagos State. You don't need to go anywhere. The only thing that may warrant going is that, of course, you need to get your own team of consultants, your architect that will generate your drawing as it is, that's as-built drawing, and your town planner that will produce all the necessary reports. Then the engineer that will do because you may not be a professional in the discipline, so you need an engineer to assess the integrity of the building. So they're all consultants basically, and your tax status, there's no need, there's nothing else again. Of course, ab initio, you couldn't have gone into that development without a form of survey. So presumably you should have your survey, your registered survey. Then you also must have the title for the land. Of course, you have built, so you have the power of occupancy, you're already there. So all these things are necessary because we have to be sure that, yes, the land you built on is rightly yours.
Is it a digitized process, as in, is this something they can upload somewhere, or they have to go to the offices physically?
Yeah, we have just a couple of weeks back, we've just launched electronically, like what we call e-planning permits. We've just launched, and is under review presently. So for now, hopefully between now and the next 2 to 3 weeks, we should commence the e-platform. But for now, it's still the manual. You approach the district office and you make your submission. And you'll be given assessment without any penalty.
Okay. Okay.
People, okay, we've already established that, you know, there must be survey involved. Of course, by the time you are building on the land, you must have the deed and the title and all that. But, you know, what happens, you know, when, for instance, you know, that's for people who are just constructing. But for this amnesty period that you're talking about now, that ends at the end of this month, what happens to those who are unable to finish the process before December 31st?
Well, once we've shown evidence of a commencement of the program, right, it could still be allowed some few days thereafter, but I cannot imagine what is going to happen after this. But that means you are living in an illegal building. And you know, the good thing is that, I mean, because Lagos normally takes the lead. Just about 2 weeks ago, Ogun State also started their own. Delta State has approached us, Edo State has approached us, Anambra State has approached us, because planning is universal. It's the same thing everywhere in the world. So it's nothing new. So people just must learn to cooperate with us and get this permit, because as small as our phone is, you probably cannot use your phone for more than maybe 2 or 3 days if your SIM is not registered, which is a form of approval. The same thing if you have a car. You probably cannot drive it more than a week before being arrested by the police for not having the vehicle license. So it's basically the same thing, and it's very important.
Sounds like the University of Lagos State. Everybody has to come and learn. You know, still talking about this amnesty program. Are there specific category of homeowners or, you know, property owners, or is it open to all?
Yeah, it's actually open to all, but from our assessment, there are a lot of properties in the region of bungalow to about two-story building. Majority falls in that category. The high-rise ones are, majority of them are very compliant with all the requirements. But basically, it's people at the lower ends that they should come out and do the right thing. So, and because it's becoming very, very serious now, if there is a need for you to submit any landed property document, once there is a physical structure on it, without approval, it's going to be turned down. That's the implication.
So let me speak like a pessimist. Those who would think this is just another formula Lagos State is using to
make money.
Make money.
Yes.
How do you respond to them?
Now, I'm sure you will agree with me that getting a vehicle license is not to raise money for government. It's not to raise money for government. It's basically to know the number of vehicles on the road and be able to plan for all the traffic management and things like that. Basically, it's not for. After all, the payments made on assessment is in the region of 5% of the cost of building. So for me, I don't think it's to raise money for the state. No. On the contrary, is to help them. There are a lot of people that doesn't even know the way we use property in this country now. It's not to the fullest level. People are looking for funds to run their businesses, and you are sitting on property that will have been used to raise funds for you to run your business, and that's an opportunity for them. And the banks or the fund house will not give you that facility if they are not sure that the building is recognized by the government.
Okay. Because there are those who would say this is just money for the boys, because when they submit this money, we don't even know where the money goes and all those things.
If you recall, anytime our governor goes out to commission any road infrastructure, Mali advised the people that this is for the people to benefit, and that landlords within that area should endeavor not to increase their rents. But what happened? The road has improved the building. It has added to the value of their properties. So for you now to pay 5% of ab initio, the initial construction cost, I don't think it's something out of order. If you have a simple, let's say, 2-bedroom bungalow, basic material will probably cost about 9 to 11 million. What you are going to pay as an assessment fee on that is in the region of 500 to 650,000 naira, depending on the location. So for me, it's not about making money for the state at all. Rather, it's to help the people to utilize the full value of their properties.
Okay, I hope Joke's estate is not affected with this one, because we know that your ministry has been upbeat about the layout plan for estate developments. So, why do the developments of these estates go on without necessary approvals? People will always allude to the fact that there is the compromise of some of the officials of your ministry.
Well, the positions are clear. If anybody is being haunted for one reason or the other, apart from the police, you have the appeals committee in Lagos State that oversees disputes. You're also free to report to the commissioner, or you write direct to the governor. The procedures are quite simple and very clear. Now, regarding the estate, just a few days back, we went out and, because some time ago, we rolled out about 76 estates as illegal. We've gone around, some of them have responded, and we're going to have a new publication now for those that have complied. But those that are yet to comply, we will go out very heavily on them now, because we have given them more than enough time. My sister talked about the red mark that we normally make. It's it's a pity that people have to get to that extent. And this is what we are saying. Again, sometimes they accuse us that what have we been doing for the buildings to have been completed before we start enforcing, sometimes by way of demolition. No. At every infancy level, all buildings are normally approached. But what you have is a situation where you have maybe 2 or 3 officers now coming up to a place to say, look, where's your approval? What you are doing is illegal. In most cases, they are attacked, detained, and we have to get them out. Now, and they'll continue. So when we now waging the hammer at the end of it, people now see us as being too hard. No. We all should learn and do the right thing. The basic law is that you need an approval before you commence your building. And the major and basic part of this approval is actually to the benefit of the owner. Because a consultant has done something for you. Maybe you are not knowledgeable in construction, so you don't even know what has been put down for you. The authority will help you to look at it. Okay, a room is being designed like this. Is it designed to be well ventilated? You are the one that is going to live in that place. Those are the kind of things we check. Now, the fire ratings of the materials that are they suitable for the type of building you are putting up? Now, in case of emergency, how do you evacuate people for office complex? These are things we look for, which is exactly in the interest of the occupants.
Okay, now, so, Honorable Commissioner, one of the most memorable such incidences in Lagos is what happened in Oworoshoki.
In there?
Oworoshoki.
Okay.
That demolition, touched so many hearts. Same as the trade fair complex, which some even, were already referencing political interests or political permutations and all of that. The allegation is that the one in Oworoshoki was not initially approved by government, that was done surreptitiously in the middle of the night and all of that. So sometimes it's not the problem of what, it's the challenge of when and why, without, due consultation with the people. How do you respond, sir?
Everywhere I go, people talk about this Oworoshoki. Oworoshoki's case is a very simple one because this is a settlement that grew up without proper planning. And as a responsible government, we have the responsibility to ensure that we do the right thing. Now, regarding being notified, those people were adequately notified. Adequate notices were served at the right time and they were adequately notified. And all of them, quote me, all of them were adequately compensated. And we have facts. The Commissioner for Information has all the facts when they were being given the fund, the checks, and they have everything. They are fully compensated.
That's serious.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's a good place to...
Just yesterday, if I may add, just yesterday, somebody called me. I don't know how he got my number. She said she works in a bank and their house is being marked now and is being sealed. Unfortunately, she is a tenant in that building and the landlord is not around. This is a building that has been built without approval. All we are just asking is for the owner of that building to come forward and regularize the status of that building. It's as simple as that.
Interesting. Joke?
Right, so we have, some comments from people here, saying that trying to get a building approval in Lagos is like getting out water from a rock. That's this, and this is not my word. Say, please tell the commissioner to stop exporting exploitation to other states, he mentioned. But, I mean...
How do you respond to that, really? In 30 seconds.
Really, I don't think it's really about you, but I mean, it's about what's, maybe what the states are supposed to be doing and what they're not doing, really.
A couple of days back, we are just rated as #1 in terms of ease of doing business.
Yes.
And to do any business, businesses can be done in the air or in the water, it has to be on ground. And to be on ground, it means in the building. to be in a building, it has to be planned and approved. And we are not forcing. People are just realizing that, look, Lagos State is getting it right. So let's go and understudy them. That is what is happening.
You know, you talked about ease of doing business.
Yes.
Ease of getting business, this planning approvals is not as easy.
Yeah, as it sounds.
I can assure you that it's a very, very simple and easy process. Get your consultants to do, we can do that for you. Get your consultants to design your desired building for you. Even those, your consultants, especially, are supposed to know the procedure. Now, the problem now is that you got a land that is not yours or that is not buildable. If, for example, you are bringing a request for an approval in a land that is not, if, for example, it's an acquired land by the government, of course, we will turn it down, that you cannot build there, because the owner of the land will come at their own time. Again, if you bought a land that has been zoned for a purpose, let's say it's a place that has been zoned for industry, and for one reason or the other, you bought from the locals, and you're now coming that you want to build a residential building, we will tell you that it's not possible. And people to take it like that and either make a U-turn or solve it, they will now be going and be, trying to lobby, bribe.
It's just because
that's the issue. If everything is correct, it's a very simple process.
Between government and the people has been on the law for a long time. Yeah. So, I mean, Lagos State government is doing that now. Not all commissioners, for instance, will come out for an interview. Not all commissioners, and so it leaves the gap for people to create all kinds of things.
We have identified these lapses.
Yes.
There is a lot of gap in terms of education on people. And that's why we go out, and we must continuously go out to let people
just tell your colleagues
that this process is very simple.
All your colleagues have to come on air and whatever to talk to the press. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Dr. Oloyinka Olumide is the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development in Lagos State. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.